Brothers Furniture, Southern Duplicating, Neighbors GM Toyota, Dr. Michael Barr, North Delta Compress, Mid-South Farm Supply, Cable One, Backyard Burgers, Gateway Tire, Southwind Building Specialties, Bustin' Loose, Merkel and Koch Attorneys, First National Bank, Jimmy Sanders Seed Company, McElroy Insurance, Deposit Guarantee Bank, Holmes Petty, Terra Chemical, Lamb's Photography, Union Planners Bank, Henderson Drugs, and Graham Media.
Back deep for Lee is number 21, Brett Soldavila, and who else is there, Richard? I can't see the
That's
number.
Number 20, Spencer
Number 20,
Foy.
Spencer Foy. And here comes the kickoff. It's a relatively short kickoff taken at the 30 by number 30, and he falls to his knees at that point. So Billy Joe Denton picks up a rather short punt, and the Colts will have it 1st and 10 at their own. They're marking it at the 31, Rich.
1st and 10 for Lee Academy. They'll move the ball from the right to the left on your radio. They have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Bradley Lunsford quarterbacking.
And the Colts will come out with a wide receiver right, wide receiver left. Rather pro set with the eye in the backfield. Quarterback is barking out the signals. Rather long count, turns and gives to the fullback on a straight dive. And he'll pick up about 4 yards, it looks like.
Kevin Dooley moves the ball out to the 35-yard line of Lee Academy. Correction, that was Philip Antisi on the carry, number 39. The Lee Academy coach will have it second down and 6, moving the ball from their own 35-yard line. We're just started here from Lee Academy, 11 and a half minutes to go in the first quarter.
Kevin Dooley does check into the game. They turn and fake it to him this time and give it to the tailback. That's number 15, Joshua Brunt, who is real close to a first down. They're signaling that it is a first down. So Lee will have it 1st and 10 at about the 41.5-yard line. So they faked the dive play that time and turned and gave it to the tailback off the right side. And Joshua Brunt was able to pick up enough for the first down.
Brent Soldavila is checking in for the Colts.
Got a slot right this time with the eye in the backfield. Quarterback rolls right, looking to throw, throws over the middle. It's complete at about the 40. And Jimmy John Baum makes a fine catch and run down to the North Delta. Quarterback rolls right, looking to throw, throws over the middle. It's complete at about the 40. And Jimmy John Baum makes a fine catch and run down to the North Delta. Looks like about the 34-yard line. So a nice throw, nice catch.
Jimmy John Baum moving from his wide-out right position, just going back to the middle of the field. Bradley Lunsford rolling to his right. Stopped and spotted him just crossing the field. Threw a rifle shot in. Jimmy John Baum with a good catch. 1st and 10 from the Colts from the North Delta 34-yard line.
Colts in a split backfield this time with wide receivers right and left. Give on the option play to the first man through. That's Kevin Dooley. And Kevin picks up, he gets down inside. Well, right, they mark it right at the 25-yard line. So that's a gain of about 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Colts, who are finding things going pretty easy at this point, Richard.
Rather easily as we move. 10:25 to go in the first quarter. No score as the Colts are moving on their first offensive series of the evening.
Go back to the eye in the backfield. Bradley Lunsford under the center. Long count. Turns again and gives to the first man through. That's the fullback. And this time there's nothing there. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. But if he did, it was just barely, Rich.
Looks like they're going to move it just over the 25-yard line. Give him a half a yard on that carry. It's still going to be 3rd down now and 1. For the Lee Academy Colts, they're moving from just inside the 25-yard line of North Delta.
Colts break huddle, come to the line of scrimmage with a 3rd down and 1. They go to the wishbone set now with 2 tight ends. Bradley Lunsford under the center. Gives to the tailback off the left side. And he's going to pick up the first down and more as Joshua Brunt gets down to about the 16. Makes it a gain of about 8 on the play and a first down for the Colts. So they'll have it there, 1st and 10. And it just seems like the offensive line is just totally controlling, and they can do whatever they want to do at this point of the game. Colts back in the wishbone, 2 tight ends. Turn and pitch. Sweep around the right side. And Chet Crook carries for about 5 yards down to about the 10, where it'll be 2nd down for the Colts.
Looks like it's going to be about 2nd down and 4 for Lee Academy now. They're going to be moving the ball from the 10-yard line of North Delta. Chet Crook taking the pitch from Bradley Lunsford, going around the right side. Pick up of 7 yards on the play, 6 yards. We're going to call it 2nd down and 4.
Wishbone set again with 2 tight ends. Turn and give it off tackle, off the right side. Again, they give it to Chet Crook. And Chet picks up yardage down to about the 8. Maybe just a little bit short of the 1st down. We'll bring up 3rd down and a very, very short 1. Nothing fancy here, Rich. Just lining it up and saying, here we come, and, you do what you got to do.
Dominated on the ground attack so far. 1 pass, a big pass play to Jimmy John Baum. But so far, the Colts have just kept us on the ground. John Hayes now checks in for the Colts.
Colts in the wishbone set again. Again, give to the 2nd man through. Not much running room there. May have picked up the 1st down. It's awfully close. He didn't have to pick up much yardage, but there's a little penetration there by the defensive line of North Delta. And they're saying that it is short of the 1st down, and it'll bring up a 4th down and very short, maybe a foot. They're saying inches over the PA system, so we'll go with that.
7:45 to go in the first quarter. No score. Colts with a 4th down and less than 1 situation.
Wishbone set. Quarterback sneak straight ahead, and it appears that he made some forward progress. If he made any, it should be good enough for the 1st down, and the officials are signaling that it is a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal to goal for the Colts from the 5-yard line. So a very methodical drive here to open the game and run the clock and take care of all those things that they want to get done. Now, if they just go ahead and get some points, then everything will be fine. Wishbone set again. Fake the off-tackle play this time, and the pass to the right corner of the end zone intended for Graydon Flowers, who was moving out of his tight end position, is incomplete.
That time Bradley Lunsford just faked it prior to the wishbone formation right up the middle again and kind of put it on his hip. Rolled to the far sidelines. Graydon Flowers let go of his block, eased into the corner of the end zone, but Bradley unable to get the ball to him. Brings up 2nd down and goal now from the 5-yard line for Lee Academy.
Back to the wishbone and back to the running game as Joshua Brunt comes around the left side down very close to the goal line. They're marking it at the 1, so it was a gain of 4. Actually looked like he may get on into the end zone, but North Delta did a pretty good job of closing fast and keeping him out of the end zone. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 from the 1.
6:40 to go in the first quarter. Lee Academy threatening on their first offensive series of the play. A lineup again in the wishbone formation.
Quarterback sneak straight ahead for a touchdown for the Colts. So Bradley Lunsford calls his own number on the quarterback sneak. I'm sure he didn't call it. I'm sure Coach Weiss called it. And sneaks it into the end zone from a little less than 1 yard out. And the Colts take a 6-0 lead with 6:27 to go in the game. Spencer Foy will be on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of, looks like Wynn Cox is holding tonight instead of Taylor Howell. So the left-footed kicker, Spencer Foy. Snap is bad, mishandled, and Spencer has picked it up. He's trying to run around the right side, and he's not going to get anywhere. The extra point is no good. The snap was just mishandled, it looked like maybe, but with 6:27 to go in the first quarter, the Colts have a 6-0 lead.
And we're going to take a 1-minute timeout. This is Colt football on WKDJ. Academy on top, 6-0 after a 70-yard drive that only saw the Colts go to the airways 2 times. Spencer Foy has it teed up at the 40. approaches the ball and kicks a little scooch kick. Picked up at about the 26-yard line by North Delta, and he's maybe have gotten back up to the 31 or 32-yard line before the Lee Academy coach swarm all over him. So North Delta now, 6:19 to go in the first quarter. They will take over first time offensively. Lee Academy, I almost said Delta State. Lee Academy goes on defense for the first time tonight.
Eddie Berryhill was on the return for North Delta. There were several Colts in on the tackle, and North Delta breaks huddle with a slot right and a wide receiver left, split backfield, so they're trying to spread the Colts out. The quarterback is Colt Alderson, who takes the snap and goes straight ahead on a quarterback sneak. Don't know if it was a planned play or if he mishandled the snap, but Colt went straight ahead and picked up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8.
North Delta will have it 2nd down and 8. They move the ball from their own 34-yard line. They trail in this contest 6-0. 5:50 to go in the first quarter.
You know, Rich, they got some nice-looking kids. They just don't have enough of them.
No depth.
Slot right, eye in the backfield. Colt Alderson under center for North Delta. Maybe checking off. Again, he takes it on a quarterback sneak and comes straight ahead. And I'm not sure now that that's Colt Alderson. I think that's number 32, Hayden Sullivan, who's at the quarterback spot. He's normally a running back for the Green Wave, but North Delta evidently has spotted something in their scouting that they've moved a running back to quarterback and run 2 straight quarterback sneaks, Rich.
And he's picked up a first down, the first down for North Delta. They'll move it from their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for North Delta, trailing 6-0 here.
2 wide outs, eye in the backfield. Sullivan under center. Turns and pitches out here to, I believe that's Colt Alderson. They seem to have swapped places, and a pretty good lick there by number 54 for the Colts.
Bobby Spinks.
That's Bobby Spinks. After gain of about 3 yards to bring up a 2nd and 7.
The ball sitting at the 46-yard line of North Delta. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Lee Academy on top here from Colt Field by a score of 6-0.
Matthew Dunn was also in on that tackle. As North Delta breaks the huddle again, this time they slide left to the wide side of the field, have a wide out on the right side, eye in the backfield. Sullivan's under the center, turns and gives to the fullback, the first man through, who drives down to about the 50-yard line. Be another gain of about 3 yards. That was Eddie Berryhill on the carry for North Delta. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for North Delta. Bobby Spinks and Matthew Dunn once again on the tackle, this time up the middle instead of to the outside. Pro set, 2 wide receivers, eye in the backfield for North Delta. 3rd down and a short 2. Give again to the first man through, the fullback, and he's going to be short of the first down. He's going to be short. He may have picked up a yard. Officials are calling a timeout to take a look, but it's definitely short, Rich.
Yeah, he's about a half a yard short. It's going to bring up 4th down and less than 1. They're going to have the ball spotted between the Lee Academy 47 and 48-yard line, and North Delta needs to get just over the 48-yard line. So you can see it's about 2 balls short of a first down.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if I'm over for the year, I believe I'd go for this one.
I'd go for it. Looks like there's a little confusion going on out there by North Delta.
Yeah, they're lining up to punt the ball, but
we're not lining up to receive it.
Now, number 5, Chet Crook, drops back in his safety spot. Pretty good punt. Chet Crook goes over and makes the catch at the 20 and is immediately hit by North Delta and gets it back to about the 24. So he picked up 4 yards on the return. Tackle was by number 15 for North Delta. That's Stephen Barner, and the Colts will take over.
1st and 10 for Lee Academy. The ball is going to be spotted at their own 23-yard line. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Lee Academy up by 6-0.
Colts come out this time with a split backfield and 2 wide receivers, 1 right, 1 left. Turn and give on the option play to the first man through. That was number 42, Kevin Dooley, and Kevin picks up about 4 yards. out to about the, well, they're marking it at more the 28-yard line, but still give him 4 on it. It'd be 2nd and 6 for the Colts. So it looks like, Rich, the Colts have decided they're just going to keep it on the ground and run the clock and
just
grind this thing out.
They took 5 minutes and 33 seconds for their first drive, and I think that's a good game plan for Coach Weiss.
Slot right, eye in the backfield. Bradley Lunsford under the center. Gives to the second man through this time. That's Joshua Brunt. Short gain on the play. Picks up about 2. And the North Delta defensive line, I mean, they haven't won a game, but they're battling hard in there. They're not just they just didn't show up to give the game away.
That's exactly right.
Brings up 3rd down and about 4. Long 3, short 4 for the Colts. Slot left for the Colts. Eye in the backfield. Turn on the little counter play and fake to the first man through and then counter back to Joshua Brunt. Second man through, and North Delta was waiting on that play. Maybe a gain of 1, but that'll bring up 4th down and about 3, Rich.
Lee Academy's punting team goes into the ball game. Jimmy John Baum will be dropping back. He'll be kicking the ball from about his own 20-yard line. North Delta standing back inside their 45, awaiting the arrival. I tell you, Jimmy John Baum can kick the ball further than that if he puts it into it.
Yeah, they need to back up just a little bit, even though if it's in the wind. There it
punt,
goes.
And it's over their heads, like we said.
Fielded by number 32. That's Hayden Sullivan. And he brings it out to about the 42-yard line. So North Delta will take over 1st and 10 from their own 42. Who was in on that tackle, Rich?
I didn't see who was in on the tackle, but I was looking at the punt itself. It went about 36, 37 yards into a pretty stiff breeze.
Yeah.
Picking it up at about the 35-yard line and about a 6-yard return with North Delta having it 1st and 10 from their own 41. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. They trail 6-0.
Slot left, wide receiver right, eye in the backfield for North Delta. Sullivan still at quarterback and again runs the quarterback sneak. And will pick up maybe 2, maybe give him 3, just depends on where the officials mark it. And they're
Matthew Dunn in on the stop that time for Lee Academy.
They gave him 3 on the play. It'd be 2nd and 7 for the North Delta Green Wave with 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. A rapidly moving first quarter as both teams have been content to keep the ball on the ground. Slot left again with a wide receiver right. Eye in the backfield. Sullivan under center, turns and he pitches to his tailback and he fumbles. And the Colts have recovered. And number 2, Jimmy John Baum, came in from the corner position. Sullivan under center, turns and he pitches to his tailback and he fumbles. And the Colts have recovered. And number 2, Jimmy John Baum, came in from the corner position. The pitch looked like a pretty good pitch, but I think the running back hurt some feet maybe and just couldn't hang on to it, and the Colts recover at the North Delta 32-yard line.
Well, Jimmy John Baum did a good job coming in from his right corner position that time, and just like you said, the quarterback had a good pitch, but the running back just kind of took his eye off the ball, fumbled it, and Lee Academy has it 1st and 10, moving from the 33-yard line of North Delta.
Bradley Lunsford back to throw. Throws to the outside. Complete. Completed to
that's Graydon Flowers. Moving from the 33-yard line of North Delta.
Bradley Lunsford back to throw. Throws to the outside. Complete. Completed to
that's Graydon Flowers.
On the completion. Looks like a gain of about 9 yards. Tackle was by 22, Blake Ship. Nice throw, nice catch by Bradley and Graydon.
Looks like they're going to give him a first down, Robert. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Colts now. As that ball is sitting at the 22-yard line, just over the 22-yard line of North Delta.
Same formation, slot right. Colts looking to throw it once again, throwing deep for the end zone. Pass is overthrown, incomplete. Pretty well covered out there for Graydon Flowers. Coverage was by number 32. That's Hayden Sullivan again. Guy seems to be all over the no, that's number 15 on the coverage. That's Stephen Barner, who was in pretty good position, Rich.
15 seconds to go in the first quarter. 6-0 our score from Lee Academy. They're Lee Academy on top. Second down and 10 for the Colts. They're moving from the North Delta 22-yard line.
Tight end right. Split backfield. First man through. Number 39, Philip Antisi. He carries down to about the 19, which is a gain of about 4 yards. And that's the end of the first quarter with the Colts leading 6-0 over the North Delta Green Wave.
And you're listening to Colt Football on WKDJ.
Line up in a 2 wide receiver set with an eye in the backfield. Turn and pitch to the tailback. That's Joshua Brunt coming around the right side. He's got running room and will be slip out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. That should be enough for the first down for the Colts. And they spot it right at the 10, so it'll be first down and goal to go from the 10, Rich.
On the first play of the second quarter, Joshua Brunt going to the near side of the field, turned it upfield, moved the ball down to the 10-yard line where it's going to be first and goal for Lee Academy. 11:54 to go in the first half. Lee Academy 6, North Delta nothing.
Slot left for the Colts. Split backfield. Bradley Lunsford looks to throw, throws over the middle, complete, touchdown. Jimmy John Baum on a well-thrown ball from Bradley Lunsford. Split backfield. Bradley Lunsford looks to throw, throws over the middle, complete, touchdown. Jimmy John Baum on a well-thrown ball from Bradley Lunsford puts the Colts up 12-0 with 11:50 to go in the second quarter, and it appears that the Colts will go for 2 here to get back the extra point that they missed on their opening touchdown.
Jimmy John Baum coming from the left side of the field. Bradley Lunsford just dropping back, catching him and angling across. Little slant pattern. Good pass, good catch. 6 points.
2-point conversion. Turn and pitch to Joshua Brunt. He's around the right side and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So that'll make it Lee Colts 14, North Delta nothing with 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Spencer Foy on to kick off for the Colts. And Sullivan deep for the Green Wave. There's a driving kick that goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So North Delta will have do you have the option, Rich, or you take it on the 35?
Well, I think they're going to take the ball on the 35-yard line. I think that's what the Colts anticipate that's going to happen here after Spencer Foy's kick goes out of bounds on the far sidelines.
Is that an option or is it just automatic? You have any idea?
I think it's an option. Really.
I think it is
they can
too.
Re-kick it if they request, but not many people want to give up that 35-yard field position, 35-yard line. So North Delta will start now from their own 35-yard line. They trail in this contest 14-0 with 11:47 to go in the first half here. Homecoming 98 from Lee Academy.
North Delta breaks huddle with a wide receiver left and right and an eye in the backfield. Sullivan is still your quarterback. He turns and fakes to the first man through, runs the option around the right side and picks up nice yardage, a gain of about 7 for the Green Wave to bring up a 2nd and 3. I'm still looking, and I'm familiar with North Delta because of my tenure there, and Colt Alderson, who is the normal starting quarterback, number 7, who probably is the best player on the team. I have not seen him anywhere on the field. I don't know if he's hurt or what the situation is, but he's normally the quarterback. But North Delta 2nd and 3, slot right, wide receiver left, eye in the backfield, turns and gives it to the fullback, the first man through, who drives straight ahead and picks up the first down out over the 45 to about the 46-yard line. That was Berryhill for North Delta. And number 53, William Barron, on the stop for the Colts. After a gain of about 3 and a first down, North Delta will have it first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line, make it to 46.5. So Green Wave moving the ball a little bit here in their third possession. They go slot right with wide receiver left, eye in the backfield. Sullivan under center. Long snap count. Takes it on the quarterback sneak. I don't know what it is about this quarterback sneak, but they've run about 5 of them. I hadn't seen that many all year. This time there's no gain.
I think I've seen about 4 of them for real tonight, and each time except for that time, he's picked up, 2, 3, and 4 yards a pop. At that time, it looks like they're going to give him about a yard for his forward progress. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Green Wave. 10-15 to go in the first half. Lee Academy on top, 14-0.
Slot right again. Wide receiver left. Eye in the backfield. Sullivan under center. Turns, gives to the, he fakes to the first man through and tries to run the option again. This time the Colts sniffed it out, and there's no gain on the play.
Mr. Bobby Speaks, that time, number 54, just sniffed it out onto the back of the quarterback. Put him on down the ground after a gain of maybe a half a yard. North Delta now has it 3rd down, 3rd and 9. They're still calling it. They're moving the ball from about the 47.5-yard line now.
2 wide receivers this time. Look for a pass here somewhere.
Something they haven't done all night.
Right. Fake to the first man through. Try to run the option once again around the left side this time. But the Colts are having none of that, as several of the Colts,
led by number 88, Mr. Graydon Flowers, in on the stop that time. Graydon coming from his left defensive end all the way around and jumped on his back. The big bear on the back. They'll look at 4th down now, 7. Green Wave will be punting. Number 5, Chet Crook, deep for the Colts, standing at about his own 24-yard line.
Sullivan back to punt for the Green Wave. It's off the side of his foot and will be down by North Delta at the 35-yard line. So the Colts will take over at their own 35 with 8:51 to go in the half, leading 14-0. And I guess at halftime, Mr. Sullivan's going to sell popcorn and the Cokes. I mean, he's done everything else
for North Delta.
He's playing quarterback, punting, kicking off.
He may have driven the bus over from Batesville. I don't know.
He may have.
Good crowd from Batesville, though, showing up tonight for this contest as the Colts take over 1st and 10. They're moving the ball from their own 35-yard line.
Slot right, split backfield. Bradley Lunsford under center. He gives to the fullback. That's number 39, Philip Antisi, on the outside veer play, and Antisi picks up about 15, 16 yards on the play. Slot right, split backfield. Bradley Lunsford under center. He gives to the fullback. That's number 39, Philip Antisi, on the outside veer play, and Antisi picks up about 15, 16 yards on the play, as the Colts did a real nice job of blocking in the offensive line, and Bradley just came out, put it in his hands, and left it with him, and off to the races he went.
Antisi running like a bull that time, 16 yards straight up the field, running between the hash marks.
Got quick feet too, Rich. He really moves those feet good.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field. So with that timeout, 14-0 is our score here from Colt Field. Lee Academy on top. This is Colt football on WKDJ.
Start back with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the half. Colts ahead 14-0. 2 wide receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Lunsford back to pass. Hits number 20. That's Spencer Foy on a little spot route. And Spencer picks up about 12 yards to get him down to the 35-yard line of the Green Wave. Again, a nice throw, nice catch, no pressure on the quarterback, and quite a bit of cushion given by the cornerbacks there. And the Colts taking full advantage of it. Colts break the huddle. Go slot left this time. And the tight end is to the left. So they're overloaded a little bit to the left side. Turn and give to the fullback. Once again, that is Philip Antisi. Down to about the 31.
Brings up 2nd down now. 2nd down and 6 for Lee Academy. I assume you had who made that tackle that time? You was fixing to give that?
Well, I did, but I think I lost it. My glasses are kind of fogging up. I would like to take this opportunity to say hello to my wife, who decided to stay home tonight and listen to me as opposed to coming to the game.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that nice? Colts in a slot to the left, eye in the backfield. Bradley Lunsford rolls to his left, throws incomplete, almost intercepted, then almost completed, and then it falls harmlessly to the ground, as Albert would say, as a defensive player got his hands up and may have tipped that ball. I couldn't quite tell if he just distracted our receiver or if he got his hands on it.
Tell you, Spencer Foy was the intended receiver that time. Looked like it almost hit him in the hands, but I think the distraction factor got him.
And if he catches it, it's 6 because there wasn't nobody else over there.
3rd and 6 for Lee Academy.
Slot right. Running the option right. Bradley Lunsford keeps, drives forward for the first down as he gets inside the 20 down to about the 16-yard line. Slot right. Running the option right. Bradley Lunsford keeps, drives forward for the first down as he gets inside the 20 down to about the 16-yard line. So a nice gain by Bradley Lunsford on the option. I think he could have kept it or pitched it, either one, but he decided to keep and turned it up the field to pick up the first down.
Lee Academy will have the first down, moving from the 16-yard line of North Delta. 7:25 to go in the first half. Lee Academy on top, 14-0.
With 7:19 to go in the half, the Colts are threatening once again. First down and 10. They run the little counter play to Joshua Brunt off the left side, and Joshua's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards. He basically just slipped, thought he had more yardage than that, kind of upset with himself. He didn't mark it shorter than that. They give him 3 yards on the carry. So it'll be 2nd down and 7, as Joshua had visions of the end zone then, and his feet just slipped out from under him.
He got his body moving a little quicker than his feet wanted to go, and his feet tried to catch up, and they just slipped right out from under him. 2nd down and 7 for Lee Academy.
Pro set for the Colts, wide receiver left and right. Colts going on a longer snap, and I think have either drawn North Delta off sides or one of the Colts moved. We'll wait and see. Referee signals offsides, North Delta. So that'll be 5 yards.
And bring up 2nd down now and 2 for the Lee Academy Colts. Ball's going to be placed at about the 9-yard line of North Delta. Lee Academy will have it 2nd down and 2, leading 14-0. 6:35 to go in the first half of play.
Colts break huddle, send wide receiver left and right. Bradley Lunsford is the quarterback, turns and pitches to Joshua Brunt, who cuts back and drives into the end zone for a touchdown, a play that was designed probably to go outside, but Joshua saw the opening. Bradley Lunsford is the quarterback, turns and pitches to Joshua Brunt, who cuts back and drives into the end zone for a touchdown, a play that was designed probably to go outside, but Joshua saw the opening, turned it up and raced into the end zone and wasn't hit till he got into the end zone, Rich.
Got hit as he crossed the goal line, adding the 20th point of the night for Lee Academy. Spencer Foy out to attempt the PAT. Wynn Cox doing the holding. We'll see how this goes this time.
Ball is back, it's placed down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 6:19 to go in the second quarter, the Colts take a 21-0 lead. Deep for the Green Wave. Spencer approaches the ball. It's a nice kick right down the line drive, right down the middle. And it drives Hayden Sullivan back into the end zone, which in high school football automatically brings it out to the 20.
It's a dead ball once it crosses the plane of the end zone. Spencer Foy's kickoff that time being fielded in the end zone, and North Delta will now take over.
Any chance Spencer can go to Ole Miss next year?
I don't know. It needs to probably go this year.
Yeah, you're probably right.
North Delta, 1st and 10. They'll move from their own 20-yard line. Good crowd here on hand tonight for Homecoming 98. Need to say hello while we have an opportunity to my wife, Jane, and my 4th son, Max. They're back at the house.
North Delta, 1st down and 10 at the 20. Wide receiver left and right. Hayden Sullivan still under center, turns and is going to run the option, but he doesn't get very far. Well, he gave it to the dive back. And the dive back, and that was a wise decision because Sullivan took about one more step and was decked. But the dive man picks up 5 yards. make it a 2nd and 5. Pretty good play.
It was a
Fake
nice
me
play.
off.
So Matthew Horton doing the actual tackling. Bobby Spinks really putting on the show with the quarterback that time. Pick up a 5 on the play at 2nd and 5 for North Delta. 21-0 our score. Lee Academy on top. 5:25 to go in the first half. They move from their own 25-yard line.
Wide receiver left and right. Aiden Sullivan under the center. Takes a snap, bobbles it. Looks like he wants to try to run the option, but that play didn't have a chance from the get-go as Sullivan fumbled the snap from center and had to reach down and pick it up, and that gave the Colts just time to converge, and that play just didn't have a chance.
Gave him nowhere to go.
Loss of 1.
Well, they called it a loss of 1, but it looks like the ball spotted at the same place to me, the 25-yard line, so I'm going to call it 3rd down and 5.
North Delta, wide receivers left and right. Eye in the backfield. Colts in a 4-man front, and they give it to the tailback off right tackle, who drives close to the first down. I believe it's going to be a little bit short.
He's going to come up about 1 yard short, really, a little bit less than a yard short. It's going to bring up 4th down and less than 1 for North Delta. They go into punt formation. Chet Crook, number 5 for Lee Academy.
Yeah, we got people everywhere.
And they've got people everywhere, and they're trying to run the ball. And it's going to be an interesting spot here. He is not going to get the first down, though.
Well,
a lot of things were happening on that play.
People were running everywhere. The referee started to throw a flag. He moved his hand back.
Decided against it. What happened that time, Lee Academy was trying to get one team off and get his special team on. North Delta took advantage of that and went ahead and snapped the ball, I think, before the kicker was ready, and he had to run for his life and ran toward the near sidelines and went out of bounds about a half a football short of a first down for North Delta. So Lee Academy has it 1st and 10, moving from just inside the North Delta 30-yard line.
The Colts are in a slot left. They turn and give to the 2nd man through. That's Joshua Brunn, and I think we got a makeup call coming here because they should have flagged the Colts on the punt for having too many men on the field because they had about 20.
They did, and what they're going to do is probably call holding
I
against
think
the Colts.
I think that's probably exactly
and I think
right.
it's going to be called against number 54, Bobby Springs, and like you say, it's probably a makeup call. It's going to be holding at the 28-yard line. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from there. We'll move the ball back to the 38-yard line. So the Colts will be looking at first down and about 18 now with 3:53 to go in the first half. They lead in this contest 21-0. Really against, I mean, you're talking about guys that have 15 players dressed out. A pretty feisty little fighting bunch of Green Waves.
I agree. They're playing hard as they can. They just are outmanned and numbers-wise, and I'm sure they don't have a whole lot of confidence either, having not won a game and really not played anybody all that close. I think their coach is still upset about not getting that call on the punt, and can't hardly blame him because that would have given him a first down.
But he needs to just go on back because that play is about two years ago, and we're now here at 1st and 18 for the Colts.
Lunsford out to throw. Hits Jimmy John Baum, I believe it is, on a nice catch right over the middle in front of the strong safety. Lunsford out to throw. Hits Jimmy John Baum, I believe it is, on a nice catch right over the middle in front of the strong safety. That was Hayden Sullivan on the tackle, but not before Jimmy John Baum picks up a first down and gets it inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line, where the Colts will have it at that point, 1st and 10, as they break huddle. Wide receivers left and right.
And this is a fast-moving ball game.
It is a fast-moving game. Bradley Lunsford again to throw. This time he overthrows his intended receiver.
They got Brett Soldavila, out there to try to make the catch, but the ball sailed a little bit higher than Brett could leap, and the ball falls harmlessly to the ground again near the pylon in the end zone. 2nd down now and 10 for Lee Academy.
All we're doing, Rich, is just running out about 10 yards and turning in, and their corners are playing so far off, there's no way that they can close the gap and get back and make the play. That ball was just a little overthrown. slot right. Split backfield for the Colts. First man through is Kevin Dooley. He drives forward for maybe a gain of 1. He gets it down to about the 15. Number 58, Josh Strickland, makes the tackle for the Green Wave. So third down and
about 8 yards to
about
go.
8. 3:07 to go in the half. 21-0. Colts lead. Threatening again. Wide receivers left and right. Bradley Lunsford under the center. Turns and pitches to Joshua Brunn, who turns it up again like he did on the touchdown a while ago and picks up good yardage. He gets down to about the 6-yard line. Turns and pitches to Joshua Brunn, who turns it up again like he did on the touchdown a while ago and picks up good yardage. He gets down to about the 6-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be first and goal for Lee Academy. They're going to have the ball at about the 6-yard line of North Delta. We have 2:46 to go in this first half. Lee Academy knocking on the door once again, looking for their 4th touchdown of the first half. Jimmy John Baum checking into the ball game. Number 23, John Hayes, being replaced.
Colts break huddle with wide receivers left and right. Give to the second man through. That's Joshua Brunn. He drives off tackle down close to the goal line. It's like they'll mark it at about the 1-yard line. So the Colts, with 2:14 to go in the half, looking to tack another touchdown on and go into halftime with a 28-0 lead if they can push this one across. Number 23, Jeffrey Clark, wide to the left. Spencer Foy wide to the right. Again, they give to Joshua Brunt, the second man through, over right tackle, and he drives into the end zone for the touchdown with 1:45 to go in the second quarter.
The only thing that's going to lengthen this first half of play is the number of touchdowns that the Colts are mounting. Because, I mean, it looks like the Colts are almost running a 2-minute drill out here. They're getting plays in and out so quick. Spencer Foy in for the PAT. Wynn Cox kneeling at the 10-yard line, awaiting the snap from Graydon Flowers. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 1:45 to go in the first half, Lee Academy on top of this contest, 28-0, Albert.
Spencer Foy ready to kick off for the Colts. His last kick was a driving kick into the end zone, and he approaches the football and kicks a low liner. Once again taken by Hayden Sullivan at about the 5-yard line. Starts up the middle, then swings to the outside and drives forward to about the 25-yard line, as there's several Colts on the tackle. And the officials called timeout. Maybe just signaling that he was out of bounds.
Well, North Delta will start this offensive series, moving the ball from their own 25-yard line. They trail in this contest 28-0. 1:35 to go in the first half here. We'll have our homecoming festivities at halftime, which I'm sure will mean halftime will be extended just a little bit, Coach Faust. Looks like we have a penalty on the play.
There was a
major penalty.
I thought
here.
I looked like a flag on the play. I just never did see it.
There it is. Looks like a personal foul being assessed against the Lee Academy. Probably something to do with after being hit out of bounds. So North Delta will take over 1st and 10, moving from their own 41-yard line now after the 15-yard penalty was assessed.
Slot left, eye in the backfield. Hayden Sullivan under the center. Turns and gives to his tailback, the second man through, and he picks up about 3 yards.
Bobby Spinks that time in on the stop for the Colts. Brings up 2nd down and 7 for North Delta. 1:15 to go in the first half of play. 28-0 is our score as a balloon goes flying by the press box. Not a hot air balloon, just a regular balloon.
Looks like North Delta has moved Blake Shipp to the quarterback spot and moved Sullivan back to his normal tailback spot. as they come out in a slot left with a wide receiver right. Give to the first man through. That's the fullback,
And he goes nowhere.
Berryhill, who finds several Colts. William Barron there in 56. Thornton Marley on the tackle for the Colts, as there was absolutely no running room up the middle. We got 29 seconds to go in the half. North Delta's got it third and about 6 yards from their own 45-yard line as they come up in a slot with a wide receiver right, slot left. Blake Shipp takes a snap, fakes the dive, pitches out to Sullivan, who's looking for some running room, finds a little and is down the sidelines, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown as North Delta runs the triple option as the horn goes off. Nicely executed, pitched, and Sullivan down the sidelines for the touchdown.
I tell you what, we had an opportunity about the 40-yard line to corral him, but we just let him slip through our hands. And a good bit of nifty running that time, just right up the sidelines for North Delta. And right at the close, matter of fact, the horn for halftime has sounded, but they've been able to put 6 points on the board here, which certainly will give them a little better feeling as they go into halftime. They'll be attempting their point after. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And at halftime here from Colt Field, we have the score, Lee Academy 28, North Delta 7.
Lee Academy High School Football 1998. Sponsored by Matson Farms, Sale Oil Company, Wade Incorporated, Hall's Texaco, Barnes Petty and Associates, Dunn, Marley and Harris Agency, CarQuest, Houston Distributing, Delta Renault, Phelps Brothers Furniture, Southern Duplicating, Neighbors GM Toyota, Dr. Michael Barr, North Delta Compress, Mid-South Farm Supply, Cable One, Backyard Burgers, Gateway Tire, Southwind Building Specialties, Bustin' Loose, Merkel and Koch Attorneys, First National Bank, Jimmy Sanders Seed Company, McElroy Insurance, Deposit Guarantee Bank, Holmes Petty, Terra Chemical, Lamb's Photography, Union Planners Bank, Henderson Drugs, and Graham Media.
Some of our most ardent supporters, Raymond Abraham, we know he's listening. Robert, we're having a little exodus from the stands, too.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I've seen it for about 22 years now. Spencer Foy kicks off a line drive kick, taken at about the 8 by Hayden Sullivan, and he brings it back out across the 22-yard line, where several Colts, beginning with number 62, Corey Lancaster, in on the tackle. Rich, before that touchdown run by North Delta right there at the end of the half, I would have said that you may not see many starters for the Colts starting this third quarter, but now I don't know what the coach's mentality will be.
Well, I think they're going to start the first team on both sides of the ball to begin the third quarter. And North Delta will have it first down and 10. They'll be moving the ball from their own 24-yard line.
Slot left, give to the second man through in the eye from the eye in the backfield. And that is Sullivan driving straight ahead. Pickup of about 2 yards to bring up, well, give him 3 on it. Bring up second down and 7. Number 42 for the Colts, Kevin Dooley. First man there for the tackle as North Delta begins the second half the same way that the first half went with a running play. They've yet to throw the ball.
Second down and 7 for the North Delta Green Wave. The officials call a timeout.
With wide receivers left and right. Split slot on the left-hand side. The first pass of the evening is thrown straight ahead and intercepted by Chet Crook, I believe it is. Split slot on the left-hand side. The first pass of the evening is thrown straight ahead and intercepted by Chet Crook, I believe it is. The pass hit the intended receiver in the hands and bounced off, and Chet was sitting there waiting on it and returned it to the Green Wave 26. So the first pass of the evening for North Delta is not exactly what they were looking for.
Well, it's a completed pass, but it's to the wrong team, and so Lee Academy will take over. First down and 10, moving from the North Delta 26-yard line. 11-13 to go in the third quarter. 28-7. Lee Academy on top.
Radley Lunsford, still your quarterback. He drops straight back to throw. Throws a little look-in pass to Spencer Foy, and Spencer Foy will take it the distance for the touchdown. A 21-yard pass and catch. Radley Lunsford, still your quarterback. He drops straight back to throw. Throws a little look-in pass to Spencer Foy, and Spencer Foy will take it the distance for the touchdown. A 21-yard pass and catch. Radley Lunsford to Spencer Foy, and I think that'll probably about send the second team in from here on out.
It very well could. Spencer Foy moving from the right-hand side in his wide-out position, just went downfield about 8 to 10 yards, turned around. Lunsford had it right in his gut. Did a little move on the defender and just ran straight toward the goal line and was tackled as he went into the end zone. Spencer Foy on the PAT.
Spencer Foy out of Win Cox's hole. The kick is up and it's good. So with 11:05 to go in the third quarter, the Colts take a commanding 35-7 lead.
This is Colt
for the Colts. The kick is away, and it's a line drive kick taken by Hayden Sullivan at about the 5-yard line. He swings to the right side, tries to turn the corner, but the Colts are there waiting on him. He returns it to about the 27. Bill Joe Denton makes the initial contact, so North Delta will set up first down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
We're going to start keeping an eagle eye out for some fresh players now in the ball game, as I'm sure Coach Weiss will start making some adjustments.
North Delta, first and 10. Wide receivers left and right. Ship under center takes the snap and gives it to the first man through, who finds a little running room. That's number 40, Eddie Berryhill, who brings it out about 4 yards to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Matthew Horton that time on the stop for the Lee Academy Colts. 10-14 to go in the third quarter. 35-7, Lee Academy on top.
Rich, just a question. How long have you and Albert been doing these games?
I don't know, 10 years, a decade, 11 years, something like that.
And how many has he missed in that time?
Oh, less than a handful.
Oh. Wide receivers left and right. First man through again is Berryhill. This time he finds the going a little tougher. May have picked up a 1-yard gain. Bring up a third down and about 4 yards to go.
Were you going anywhere with that question?
I know. I was just curious, you know.
I can only remember about a handful of games that he's ever missed.
Okay. Was that sickness or something?
Well, I'm sure it probably, I don't know.
Business related?
Business related, probably, yeah.
North Delta, third down and 4. Wide receivers left and right. Ship fakes to the first man through, keeps around the right side and has some yardage into the Colts secondary. Picks up the first down out to about the 45 as once again they run the option and the quarterback fakes the dive play and then comes out on the corner and keeps it around the right side. Picks up a nice gain to give North Delta a first down and 10 to go. The ball on their own 45. A break huddle. Wide receivers left and right. Ship barking out his signals, turns, gives to the first man through, and Berryhill breaks into the Lee Academy territory at about the 48. Another nice gain right up the middle for Berryhill, gain of about 6, 2nd and 4. So North Delta showing a little offensive life here, Rich.
They'll move the ball 2nd down and 4 from the Lee Academy 49-yard line. Matt Daldrell checks into the ball game to add a little beef up front for the Colts.
Same formation, wide receivers left and right, eye in the backfield. Turn this time, give to the second man through. That's Sullivan. And Sullivan gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage. They may give him 1 yard, but no more than that. So it basically remains third down and about 4. Dooley on the tackle, and also William Barron in on the stop.
Third down now and 4 for the Green Wave. 7:45 to go in the third quarter. They're trailing 35-7.
Staying with the same formation, tight end right, 2 wide receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Again, give to the, no, they run the option this time, and this time there's nowhere to go as the Colts defended it. Again, they faked to the dive man. Quarterback Ship got out on the corner. He was covered, he pitched, and the defensive secondary doing a nice job. Again, give to the, no, they run the option this time, and this time there's nowhere to go as the Colts defended it. Again, they faked to the dive man. Quarterback Ship got out on the corner. He was covered, he pitched, and the defensive secondary doing a nice job of containing the pitch man, and is a loss of about 4 yards on the play to bring up a 4th down. And this time the Colts get their punt return team on the field and off the field a little quicker.
Well, I think the flag would have come this time had they not done it.
Right.
Bad snap, low rolling on the ground. He's going to be trapped back, way back in his own territory, about the 34-yard line. As the ball just rolled back to him, he never could get the handle. And I think the flag would have come this time had they not done it.
Right.
Bad snap, low rolling on the ground. He's going to be trapped back, way back in his own territory, about the 34-yard line. As the ball just rolled back to him, he never could get the handle. Lee Academy all over him, and Lee Academy will once again take over an excellent field position. They'll move the ball from the North Delta 34-yard line. It'll be interesting to see who's coming out for quarterback. Bradley Lunsford is. Looks like Coach Weiss is leaving his top dogs in for the moment. Bradley Lunsford at quarterback. So Red Rusko leads them out. 1st and 10, Lee Academy.
1st and 10, balls at the North Delta 33-yard line. Bradley Lunsford under the center. Takes the snap and gives to the first man through. That's either Philip Antisi or Kevin Dooley. It's Dooley this time at the fullback spot. And he finds a wall of Green Wave waiting on him. Short gain. We'll give him 1 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Jeffrey Clark into the ball game, bringing the play from Coach Weiss. Jimmy John Baum out.
Spencer Foy split wide to the right. Jeffrey Clark split wide left. Bradley Lunsford rolls to pass. He's looking, throws towards Graydon Flowers, and it's just a little bit overthrown. Graydon really had to stretch for it. He got his hands on it, but just couldn't quite bring it in as he released from his tight end spot out about 5 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
The ball is sitting at the Green Wave 32-yard line. 3rd down and 9 for the Colts. 5:50 to go in the third quarter. 35-7 our score. Jimmy John Baum in. Jeffrey Clark back out. Jimmy John Baum comes wide right. Spencer Foy lined up in the slot right. From the eye, Lunsford's calling the shots.
Passing formation, and Lunsford is back to throw. He throws right over the middle to Spencer Foy, who makes the reception at the 20-yard line. Hayden Sullivan once again on the tackle. As the Colts pick up the 1st down, it's just they're not doing anything fancy. They're just going down about 10 yards and either squaring in or squaring out. And Bradley's putting it on the money. And a nice throw and catch. Bradley Lunsford, Spencer Foy.
1st and 10 for the Lee Academy Colts. They're moving from North Delta, 20-yard line.
Once again in the pro set, wide receivers left and right. Have a little motion, and I believe Lee's going to be guilty of illegal motion here as...
Looks like Jeffrey Clark, number 23 that time, jumped a little bit early. He obviously must have been in the wrong because the other 10 guys remain stable. 5-yard penalty going to be marked off against the Colts. It's going to be 1st down and 15. The ball's moved back to the 25-yard line. But you show me a football player that's never moved early, and I'll sell you a piece of land in the swamp.
So the Colts back to the line of scrimmage with split backs this time. 2 wide receivers. Again, they go back to throw and hit Spencer Foy on a little 5-and-out route. And he's down to about the 15-yard line. So it's a gain of about 8 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 5. A well-thrown ball. Nicely caught. Not a whole lot of pressure either on the quarterback nor the receiver. 4:23 to go in the third quarter as the Colts break color with a slot left. Split backs. Tight end right. Bradley Lunsford back to throw once again. Throws the slant pattern to number 2, Jimmy Baum, in the end zone. But it's off Jimmy's hands and incomplete.
At pass pattern, the play was the same play that Jimmy John Baum scored on in the first half of play. This time, Lunsford's pass was just a little bit high. Jimmy John unable to bring it down. Brings up 3rd down and 5 now. The ball sitting at the 15-yard line of North Delta. 3:58 to go in the third quarter. 35-7 is a score from Homecoming 98.
Bradley Lunsford back to throw once again. He throws the little dump pass over the middle to the tight end, Graydon Flowers, and that one was a little high also, and Graydon just couldn't bring it down. Just a little bit up above his outreached hands, and it falls harmlessly to the ground, and the Colts will have now a situation they have not had all night. They've got a 4th down, and I believe Spencer Foy is going to be on to attempt a field goal.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 22-yard line. It's going to be a 32 effort. Wynn Cox to hold. Spencer Foy to kick. Graydon Flowers to snap. There's a snap. It's up. And it's good.
I know he needs to go to Ole Miss now.
Absolutely. Wynn Cox to hold. Spencer Foy to kick. Graydon Flowers to snap. There's a snap. It's up. And it's good.
I know he needs to go to Ole Miss now.
Absolutely. 35 now, 38-7.
Wonder what he's doing next Saturday.
3:20 to go in the third quarter. Lee Academy 38, North Delta 7.
Rolling towards the end zone and rolls out of bounds, and so North Delta will take over. 1st down and 10 to go at their own 35-yard line with 3:12 to go in the third quarter. Colts lead 38-7 over the North Delta Green Wave.
Spencer Foy's kicked that time off the tee, went out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, so North Delta will take over 1st and 10. They'll move the ball from their own 35-yard line. They trail in this contest 38-7. Lee Academy scoring 5 touchdowns, 4 in the first half, 1 this half. Spencer Foy's 32-yard field goal rounds out the scoring. 1st and 10 for North Delta.
Wide receivers left and right. Blake Shipp under the center. Turns and gives to the 2nd man through. That's Hayden Sullivan, who shows some good speed when he can get out in the open. And Sullivan's going to pick up about 6 yards, maybe closer to 7, as he ran off of right tackle. And they give him 6 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 4. He brought it out over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. And North Delta has shown signs of having some pretty good offense, and they just seem to shoot themselves in the foot at some point in each series. Wide receivers, left and right. Shipp calling out his signals. Turns and pitches to Sullivan this time. He gets a block on the corner, tries to turn the corner, gets it turned, and is met rudely by number 58. That's Sparky Luster calling out his signals. Turns and pitches to Sullivan this time. He gets a block on the corner, tries to turn the corner, gets it turned, and is met rudely by number 58. That's Sparky Luster.
I think that flag probably is going to be holding after the block was accomplished, I think, or maybe a clip that's going to be shown. I don't really know exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a clip against North Delta. 39-yard spot of the foul. It's going to be 15 yards from there. It's going to move the ball back to the 24-yard line. A big penalty for the North Delta Green Wave, as they will now have it 1st down
And a bunch.
First down at about 21, really.
Yeah, and that was after Sullivan had the first down picked up out across the 45. But, maybe if they hadn't clipped, he wouldn't have gotten that. So
Mason Sanders and Brennan Chapman now in the ball game for the Colts on defense.
North Delta back to the line of scrimmage with second and a bunch. Try to hand it off to the first man through on the dive, and once again they pick up some substantial yardage, about 6 yards on the carry. They're kind of trapping us in there on that play, and that play's been successful more times than not for the Green Wave tonight. He picks up about 6 yards. That brings up a third down and about 15.
Minute 20 to go in the third quarter. 38-7 our score here from Colt Field. Lee Academy on top.
Shoot, I may get to see the second half of Nash Bridges.
I guarantee you.
North Delta, third down, 15. Fake to the second man through, looking to throw, and now Ship decides to run it around the right side, and the Colts were not fooled. They felt the pass coming even off the play action pass, and Ship is only able to pick up 5, so that'll bring up fourth down. 4th and 10 with 44 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Chet Crook gets back deep for the Colts as Sullivan gets ready to punt. Now this time North Delta, who tries to race onto the field, was a little one man short. Now he's there, and there's the snap, and this one's high, but they're able to get it off. It's off the side of his foot, and it's going to be about a 5-yard punt from the line of scrimmage.
I think it's going to be about a 4-yard punt, to tell you the truth. It just went slap off the side of his foot. Kind of reminded me of a few pitch shots we hit every once in a while on the weekend.
Yeah.
They go sideways, known as a Shackleman.
Or Irving.
Lee Academy will take over. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. They once again have the ball inside of North Delta territory. They'll move from the 39-yard line, 38-7, and we may not get another playoff in this third quarter. We'll just wait and see what happens. Well, the clock was running and then the clock stopped. So good clock operator here, Barry Barron, is doing a wonderful job. 1st and 10 for the Colts.
Second man through. And I believe that's Wynn Cox is at quarterback, and that was Jake Mitchell on the carry as the Colts are substituting freely here, and a gain of about 5 for Jake Mitchell, and down in 5 to go. Wynn Cox at quarterback. Little movement in the backfield, but he resets. A little anxious as we've got a bunch of the second teamers in. That's Jake Mitchell once again. Drives back to about the line of scrimmage. They may give him 1 on the play. We got Jake Mitchell at tailback. Who's at fullback there, Rich? 39. Philip Antisi is at the fullback spot. Wynn Cox is your quarterback. Number 16, Brennan Chapman. And number 80,
Clint Walton check
in at the wideouts. So Antisi and Mitchell in the backfield with Wynn Cox. Fake to the first man through, try to run the option, and Wynn's pitch to Jake Mitchell is a little wide, and there's a loss on the play of about 3 yards. And that'll bring up a fourth down and about 8 for the Colts. North Delta got some penetration, and Wynn just really didn't have time to get off a pitch and pitched it anyway, and it almost was disaster, but the Colts were able to hang on to the football, and they'll go for it here on this fourth down situation. 8 yards to go. Wide receivers left and right. Eye in the backfield. Turn and pitch to Jake Mitchell around the left side. And he's looking for running room and found some. That was Bill Joe Denton, not Jake Mitchell, in on that play. Wide receivers left and right. Eye in the backfield. Turn and pitch to Jake Mitchell around the left side. And he's looking for running room and found some. That was Bill Joe Denton, not Jake Mitchell, in on that play. And Bill Joe found some running room around the left side and picks up the first down at about the 21. Pretty nice run there.
Nice run by Bill Joe Denton, showing a little burst of speed as he took the pitch out from Cox, coming to the near sidelines. Turned it upfield and was able to move across the 25-yard line down to the 21-yard line, where the Colts will have it 1st and 10. 10:20 1 to go in this ball game. 38-7 our score.
Jake Mitchell back at the tailback spot, bringing in the play from Coach Ricky Weiss. Wynn Cox under the center. Once again gives to Jake Mitchell off the right side. Gain of maybe 2 on the play as they run off that right tackle spot. I'm sure just trying to run the clock and get this one over with, as the Colts lead 38-7 with 9:48 to go in the ball game.
We'll try to call some of these names out of the players. William Barron now in at center. Corey Lancaster and Mason Sanders on the left side at guard and tackle respectively.
Wynn Cox runs the option once again. He fakes the dive and tries to get outside, and North Delta would have none of it. It's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, as North Delta is really getting penetration on that option play. And Steve Hannaford makes the tackle for the Green Wave.
I see Benny Matthews in the ball game now for the Colts. Well, as a matter of fact, he's leaving the ball game now, just been replaced. But Benny was in on that last play.
3rd and 12 from the 22-yard line for the Colts. Take and pitch again to Jake Mitchell, who tries the left side and finds very little running room, as North Delta was anticipating the sweep that time. They give him 1, bring up 4th and 11. Hayden Sullivan makes that tackle, which doesn't surprise me. He's done everything.
He's been all over this field tonight. 4th down and about 12 for the Lee Academy Colts. We've got 8:23 to go in this ball game. They lead 38-7. Cox brings his charges to the line of scrimmage.
2 wide receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Turns, gives to the first man through. That's Philip Antisi. And he drives down to about the 20-yard line. Be short of the first down, and North Delta will take over 1st and 10. Rich, that Sullivan kid is just a sophomore. According to the program, he's a pretty good football player.
He's not a bad football player at all. And like I said, I almost thought he was going to be driving on the cars for the for the court here at halftime.
I expected him to crown the queen.
He's been everywhere. Albert, I just want to say, if you're listening to this ball game, your good friend Jimmy Lee Harris said to tell you hello. He's standing up here harassing us like he normally does. But we love him.
North Delta with Blake Shipp at quarterback. Takes a snap and again gives to the first man through on the dive play, and there's no running room there. They're going to give him 3, but that's a very liberal 3 yards that they gave him, because it looked like he hit a wall of green.
Right, led by number 74, Richard Crispin, who's in the ball game. Corey Lancaster checking into the ball game now for the Colts, taking Joshua Brunt's place in that linebacking core.
2nd down and 7 for the Green Wave, as Shipp fakes he gives it to him again on the same play, just the option dive play that they've been trying to run all night, and appears that they pick up 3 or 4 yards just about every time that they run it. And that's about what they get this time, to bring up a 3rd down and 1 for North Delta. The ball is at their own 29-yard line, just barely short of the 30.
3rd and a long 1 for North Delta. 6:20 to go in this ball game. 38-7 is our score. And it would appear that by keeping it on the ground, everyone is just concerned about getting this ball game over with not getting anybody hurt.
They give it on the dive play once again, and it's going to be awfully close. There was a little penetration, but
I think it's going to come up short myself.
It's going to be 4th and less than 1.
Well, no, they're going to give him.
They're going to give him the first down.
They're going to give him a first down. That's okay. It's going to be 1st and 10 for North Delta. The ball sitting at the 31-yard line of their own 31-yard line. 5:40 to go in this contest. 38-7 our score here from Colt Field on the campus of Lee Academy in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
North Delta breaks huddle. Blake Shipp under the center. Got a slot right this time with the eye in the backfield that they've been in. We got a lot of movement, both teams. Had some interior linemen of the Colts and a slot back for North Delta. Now it's up to the officials.
I'm going to bet that's going to be 5 yards against North Delta. They moved a little bit early. They're going to move the ball back probably to the 26-yard line. Let's see if that's what happens. It is. It's going to be first down and 15. By the way, Greg Whitaker, I enjoyed the way you kind of winged that last spot. It's tough not to have something queued up and ready to go, isn't it? Of course, that's kind of the way we're operating tonight.
That's right.
We don't have anything queued up. I doubt we're ready to go.
We're just operating.
Here we are, first and 15, 5:05 to go in this ball game. 38-7. North Delta has it first and 10, trailing by 31 points.
Blake Shipp takes the snap. Quarterback sneak straight ahead, which they tried earlier in the game several times. He picks up about 4 yards. A little different formation that time. They tried to spread the Colts out and then run the quarterback sneak right up the middle, which they, as I said, have tried on several occasions in the first half to open the game with 2 straight quarterback sneaks.
Tell you got to give it to this North Delta team. They're a gutsy team to be out there because those guys have been playing virtually the entire, every tick of the clock.
They got to be tired. Got to be really tired.
Second down and 8 for North Delta. They're moving from their own 32-yard line.
Turn and pitch to Sullivan. He's looking for running room around the left side. He's found some as he turns the corner, and he drives forward for first down yardage out across the 40 to the 42. And that kid has got some speed now. Just a sophomore. He's going to be a pretty good football player for North Delta in the years to come. So North Delta picks up a first down with 4:06 to go in the ball game.
They'll be moving from their own 43-yard line, trailing in this contest 38-7.
It's amazing how this crowd has thinned out since the Queen was named. North Delta at the line of scrimmage. First down and 10 to go. They turn and pitch to Sullivan coming around the right side. He's trying to get to the corner, outruns one lead defender, turns the corner, and steps out of bounds at about the Colt 46-yard line. And then Bobby Spinks welcomed him to Clarksdale with a pretty good lick. No, that was Sparky Luster, excuse me.
And Michael Fondren also,
and
number
Michael
29.
Fondren just stopped him in his tracks.
Stepped out at the 46, and he was popped pretty good at the 40. Of course, it was his own fault. He kept running. First and 10, though, for North Delta. They're moving the ball from just short of the Lee Academy 45-yard line. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this ball game. 38-7 is our score. And we will have a quick post-game show.
They give it to Sullivan, this time off right tackle on the second man through. Just on the isolation play, and he gains about 2 yards. Bring up a second down and 8. And I think everybody, all principals concerned, are just happy just to keep this clock running. And
doing a good job of doing that, too.
That's correct.
2 minutes, under 2:50 to go in this ball game. North Delta comes to the line, second down and 9. They're moving from the Lee Academy 44-yard line.
Wide receivers left and right. Just pro set. Give to the dive back who finds some running room and breaks into the Colt secondary on a play that's been successful for him all day. It's a little trap inside. And that was Berryhill down to about the 27-yard line of the Colts. A nice run by Mr. Berryhill then.
Eddie Berryhill from North Delta. First and 10 for North Delta. They're operating from the Lee Academy 27-yard line. 2:20 to go in this ball game. 38-7 is our score.
Shipp takes the snap, runs the option, tries to turn the corner, and he is met there pretty solidly by number 62, Corey Lancaster, who made a nice play from his linebacker's position.
Corey Lancaster coming this time from the far position, coming across field and really just catching the quarterback from behind and wrestling him down after a pickup of 1 yard. It's going to be second down and 9 for North Delta.
And Shipp would have been well served to have pitched it that time, but decided to keep it and just wasn't anything there. I wouldn't be surprised to see the same play here, but they give it to the dive back on the play that they had run previously very successfully, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. Lancaster again on the stop for the Colts. 3rd and a long 5 with 1:17 to go in the ball game.
And the clock is running here from Colt Field on the campus of Lee Academy in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Colts lead 38-7. The outcome of the game has not been in doubt for a while. There's a pass from Ship that is complete, underthrown, but number 15, Stephen Barber, adjusted to the pass and made the catch. And our defensive back didn't realize it was short, Rich. He just
kept running, and North Delta came back for the ball, caught it about the 1-yard line, and just walked on into the end zone. So with 57 seconds to go in this ball game, North Delta has added its 13th point, looking for the extra point at this time. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 57 seconds to go in this contest, the score Lee Academy 38, North Delta 14. You are listening to Colt Football Radio on WKDJ. Might see an onside kick. I don't know why, but we might see one. If at worst, we'll probably see a little pooch kick. That's 57 seconds to go in this game.
I believe that's Eddie Berryhill kicking the ball off. And just as you speculated, he kind of pooches it to one of the up linemen. That's number 85.
That's Mr. Jake Mitchell.
That's Mr. Jake Mitchell, and he had visions of going the distance in.
Mr. Jake Mitchell fielding the ball at about the 45-yard line. He, instead of the typical, short kick, onside kick, catch it and fall down, Jake said, no, I'm going to try to give me 6. Lee Academy will take over 1st and 10, moving from the 46-yard line of North Delta. We don't have many plays left in this ball game. We've got 50 seconds on the clock, and it's running.
Lee Academy. Go ahead, Rich.
No, go ahead.
Lee Academy breaks the huddle. Win Cox is at the quarterback spot. He turns and he fakes it to Jake Mitchell and bootlegs it around the left-hand side, and a nice shoestring tackle by number 22. That's Blake Ship, who also serves as a quarterback, and Wynn was able to pick up 1 yard. He ran about 30 and gained about 1.
2nd down and 9 for Lee Academy. We have 15 seconds and counting in this ball game. This is probably going to be the last play of this ball game on October the 16th, 1998.
Wynn Cox takes the snap, pitches to number 30. And that is Billy Joe Ditton, who goes around the right side. Wynn Cox takes the snap, pitches to number 30. And that is Billy Joe Ditton, who goes around the right side and picks up about 15 yards on the play as the ball game comes to an end. And the final score is, go ahead, Rich.
Final score of tonight's ball game, 38-14. And Robert, I just want to say that I don't think after the first couple of series by Lee Academy that there was any doubt about the outcome of this ball game. Next week, though, big conference game for the Colts as they travel to Greenville to face the Washington Generals. So we want to encourage everybody to try to go to the ball game. But if you can't go, tune us in here on WKDJ. I think Albert will be back for next week's ball game.
Lee Academy.